It's 5:13. We're listening to the Shardcast. Let's see if we can finish this chapter pad today.
We don't finish this chapter pad today. Welcome to my hobby desk. What we are going to do is keep working on these components. So more layers of demonic yellow, and I just kind of decided before I started, however far we get today, we're just gonna be done. And I'm gonna replace my yellow pretty soon. The next step on this face, we're going to hit it with some Nuln oil, and we're just going to do it mostly in the front part to get where like the teethy parts are. And after that dries, we're going to do a little bit of highlighting to bring up the white, and I think it's really going to make this face look really good. Gonna edge highlight the gun with Wild Rider Red. This is a Citadel paint, so the coverage is gonna be much better, and I actually think I do this in one coat. And we're gonna try to just hit all the edges. When it comes to the area right above the, I guess it's like the gear that winds it. I think I bring the two edges too close, and there might not even be very much pure red left in the middle, but I was kind of okay with it. We're just gonna do this on both sides and around the top. We're going to do a recessed shade now with this red wash in just the two little recessed areas near the front of the grappling gun. And we're just going to dab the tip in there, and the capillary action is going to pull the wash right in. And this is all the shading that we're going to do on this top portion. Nuln oil is not dry, but we're going to take some Wild Rider Red and put it in the eyes. I don't like how that eye looked, so I went back and I did a little bit more. And we are almost done with the lenses. We just have one more color to put in there, and then we got to do the rest of the face anyway. So now I'm going to take this Deathclaw Brown, and I'm going to do an undercoat on the bit of the Purity seal, just to make the next color, which is much lighter, that much easier. We're going to take Warlord Purple, and this is going to be for the wax portion of the Purity seal. In hindsight, I probably should have undercoated this with something. It's going to take quite a few coats of this before I get a good opaque color that I like. So now we're just going to add to the pattern of yellow, Warlord Purple, yellow. Time to finish the eye lenses and to do another highlight on the gun. So here's the Fire Dragon Bright for that. Fire Dragon Bright, can't talk. And then this is where I realized that, hey, wait a second, Deathwatch guys have a red stripe on their knee pad. So we did an undercoat of Deathclaw Brown, and then we're gonna work the red up. Fire Dragon Bright highlight on the gun. We're just gonna do corners and a little bit on the edge in the middle, just to have the highest the level of brightness where the light might be glinting off. I don't do this on the corners of the main part of the gun because there's little rivets that we're gonna hit with a bright silver a little bit later. And in the past when I've done it, the two just don't go together well. we're just going to do a little dot of this in the eye. I got to do it off screen because there's no way I can get it, but there we go, little dot. And that's about all that I'm going to do with the eye lenses. I decided to skip the pure red and just do the Wild Rider here because I don't want to do all the layers necessary to work the pure red up. I think when I replace my yellow, I'm going to replace that red as well. We're going to grab Bone White, and we're going to use this for the paper portion of the purity seal. It has pretty good coverage here in this coat because I did the undercoat of the Death Color Brown. And the Vallejo Game Color paints, they tend to have better coverage than the Army Painter, and even the lighter ones take less to get an opaque, even over black or other dark colors. Looks like our Nuln oil has dried, so let's layer this white up. We're going to use Ghost Gray here, and this is kind of one step closer to light than that white than that Elf Gray we used. So we're going to take this and we're just going to do the front portion below the teeth, above the teeth, and dab in the corners and bring up the white a little bit. While we're waiting to finish the face, we're just going to do some additional coats on all these other bits that we've started. Now we're going to use Vallejo Game Color White, and we're just going to do a tiny bit right at the bottom and right at the top, and that's going to be all that we're going to do here on this face for the white. There's a little bit of there that spilled over, so I'm going to get some black to clean that up. I think that is going to do it for the head. That is all I had time for today. If you hobbied this morning, made a video, please throw in the comments below so that I can take a look at it. Come back tomorrow for Chapter Pad Arm Part 2 or maybe 3 or 4. I'm losing track of it all. And we will keep banging out this Primaris Deathwatch Reiver. Until then, have a good one.